Once upon a time, in the depths of a forest, as beautiful as the colors of the rainbow, lived a good fairy who woke up every morning with a smile. This fairy would joyfully fly through the forest, bringing happiness to the trees, flowers, and animals. Everyone loved her because wherever she went, flowers bloomed, birds sang, and rivers flowed with enthusiasm. But in the darkest corner of the forest, where hardly anyone ventured, lived another fairy, the evil fairy. In the places she inhabited, the sky was always gray, the wind blew harshly, and the trees bent under its force. The evil fairy felt lonely and wanted everything around her to be as miserable as she was. Whenever she saw beauty around her, her heart grew even darker. One day, while the good fairy was happily gliding through the flowers, a cold wind suddenly blew from the dark corner of the forest. The flowers bowed their heads, and the birds fell silent. Noticing this strange change, the good fairy flew in the direction of the wind. There, she encountered the evil fairy. With her black clothing and enormous dark wings, the evil fairy lived up to her name. The evil fairy gave the good fairy a mocking look. "What are you doing in this forest? This is my kingdom. Joy and goodness have no place here," she said in a harsh voice. The good fairy smiled softly and responded with a gentle voice. "This forest is home to all of us. Here, both good and evil can exist together. Why are you unhappy? Maybe we can brighten this darkness together." The evil fairy squinted her eyes. "Brightness? I love the darkness. No one has ever loved me. I've always been alone. That's why I darkened everything around me," she replied angrily. The good fairy understood something from her words. Loneliness? Maybe you don't really want to be alone. If we work together, we could help each other. Perhaps you might even want to create beauty, she suggested. The evil fairy paused for a moment, then spoke in a furious tone. "No one would ever love me or befriend me. Everyone finds me frightening." The good fairy gently approached her. "I don't believe you're truly bad. Maybe no one has ever tried to be your friend," she said. These words softened the ice in the evil fairy's heart, even if just a little. No one had ever spoken to her so kindly before. She felt a warmth inside, but she was still afraid. "What if they leave me alone again? What if they don't like me?" she asked, worried. The good fairy, understanding her fear, reassured her. "Everyone makes mistakes sometimes, but if you start doing good, beautiful things will begin to grow in your heart. Then you won't be alone anymore." The evil fairy looked around. The forest was still dark and quiet, but maybe, as the good fairy said, a change needed to begin. "All right," the evil fairy said, "I'll try, but this won't be easy." The good fairy smiled happily. "We'll do it together, don't worry. Over time, everything will get better." From that moment on, the evil fairy began to change in small steps. She first learned how to spread light around her. When she helped a small flower grow, the darkness inside her lightened a bit. As she listened to the birds' songs, she felt a warm sensation in her heart. Gradually, the evil fairy's dark clothes turned to gray, and her eyes began to shine a little brighter. The animals in the forest no longer feared her, and flowers started blooming wherever she touched. The evil fairy spent every day with the good fairy. They faced difficult times together, but the good fairy always encouraged her, saying, "You can do it." And over time, the evil fairy learned to choose goodness over evil. Thus, balance was restored in the forest. While the rainbow adorned the forest every day, small clouds occasionally covered the sky. The good fairy and the evil fairy had become friends. Together they learned that good and evil could coexist, but goodness would always shine brighter and stronger. And so, the tale of the good fairy and the evil fairy comes to an end.